Chimpanzees. Chimpanzees are our closest living relatives, sharing approximately 98.8% of our DNA. These remarkable apes demonstrate extraordinary problem-solving abilities and complex social structures. Wild chimpanzees have been observed crafting and using over 20 different types of tools, from termite fishing sticks to stone hammers for cracking nuts. They live in communities of up to 150 individuals with sophisticated hierarchies maintained through alliances and strategic cooperation. Their communication system includes distinct vocalizations, facial expressions, and gestures that vary between different groups, suggesting cultural transmission of behaviors. Chimpanzees display self-awareness, passing the mirror test that indicates self-recognition. They're capable of learning sign language, with some individuals mastering over 300 signs. In the wild, they engage in coordinated hunting, strategic warfare between groups, and even medicinal plant use when ill. Their capacity for empathy, grief, and altruism rivals that of humans. Chimpanzees can plan for future events, deceive others intentionally, and understand cause and effect relationships, making them among the most cognitively advanced non-human species on Earth. Bonobos. Often called the hippie apes, bonobos are equally related to humans as chimpanzees, but exhibit remarkably different social behaviors. These endangered primates, found only in the Democratic Republic of Congo, resolve conflicts through affection rather than aggression. Their matriarchal societies are characterized by strong female coalitions that maintain peace and social order. Bonobos demonstrate exceptional emotional intelligence, showing empathy even towards strangers and sharing food voluntarily without being asked. They're highly sensitive to fairness and inequality, becoming distressed when witnessing unfair treatment of others. Like chimpanzees, bonobos can learn symbolic communication and use tools, though they rely less on tools in the wild. Their face-to-face mating behavior and prolonged eye contact during social interactions are uniquely human-like among primates. Bonobos exhibit advanced theory of mind, understanding that others have different perspectives and knowledge than their own. They engage in cooperative tasks requiring coordination and can learn from observation alone. Their vocal repertoire is extensive, with different calls for specific foods and situations, suggesting a proto-language capability that fascinates researchers studying the evolution of human communication. Orangutans. Orangutans, the people of the forest in Malay, are the largest arboreal mammals and among the most intelligent primates. These solitary great apes possess remarkable spatial reasoning abilities, essential for navigating the complex three-dimensional forest canopy. They construct elaborate sleeping nests each night, often with pillows and roofs for rain protection, demonstrating architectural planning. Orangutans are the most accomplished tool users among great apes in the wild, fashioning implements for insect extraction, seed processing, and even as gloves to handle spiny fruits. They've been observed using leaves as napkins, umbrellas, and whistles to amplify alarm calls. Their problem-solving abilities are extraordinary. Captive orangutans have learned to trade tokens for food, use touch screens, and even pick locks to escape enclosures. They possess episodic memory, recalling specific past events, and can plan routes years in advance to find fruiting trees. Orangutans transmit cultural knowledge across generations, with distinct tool use traditions in different populations. Their capacity for innovation and creativity is remarkable, often finding multiple novel solutions to the same problem. Gorillas. Gorillas, the largest living primates, combine impressive physical strength with surprising gentleness and intelligence. These predominantly herbivorous apes live in stable family groups led by a dominant silverback male who makes decisions for the group's safety and movement. Gorillas demonstrate sophisticated communication through over 25 distinct vocalizations, body postures, and facial expressions. They've successfully learned sign language in captivity with the famous Coco reportedly understanding over 1,000 signs and 2,000 English words. Gorillas show remarkable emotional depth, expressing grief, joy, humor, and compassion. They engage in play throughout their lives and form deep attachments to family members. Wild gorillas use tools less frequently than other great apes, but they've been observed using sticks to gauge water depth and creating bridges from branches to cross swampy areas. Their problem-solving abilities emerge strongly in novel situations, requiring spatial reasoning and memory. Gorillas exhibit self-awareness, passing mirror tests and showing concern for their appearance. They demonstrate understanding of past and future, planning their daily routes to food sources and remembering locations of preferred vegetation across vast territories. Capuchin monkeys. Capuchin monkeys punch well above their weight class in primate intelligence, rivaling great apes in certain cognitive domains despite their smaller brain size. These highly adaptable New World monkeys are exceptional tool users, employing stones as hammers and anvils to crack nuts with a technique requiring years to master. They select appropriate tools based on weight and size, transporting heavy stones over long distances to preferred cracking sites. Capuchins demonstrate an understanding of causality and can solve multi-step problems requiring sequential actions. They've shown evidence of economic reasoning, understanding exchange value, and even using tokens as currency in experimental settings. Their social intelligence is remarkable. They recognize inequity, refusing rewards if they witness others receiving better compensation for the same task. Capuchins engage in social learning, with different groups maintaining distinct cultural traditions in tool use and foraging techniques. They exhibit tactical deception, deliberately misleading others to gain advantages. Their combinatorial abilities extend to extractive foraging, where they systematically process complex foods. Capuchins also display proto-arithmetic abilities, distinguishing between different quantities and making decisions based on numerical comparisons, skills rarely seen outside primates. Macaques. Macaques represent one of the most widespread and adaptable primate genera, with their success largely attributable to their cognitive flexibility. Japanese macaques famously invented potato washing and wheat sluicing behaviors that spread culturally through their populations, demonstrating innovation and social learning. These monkeys exhibit advanced social cognition, maintaining complex hierarchical relationships across groups exceeding 200 individuals. They recognize kin relationships between other group members, not just their own relatives, showing third-party relationship knowledge. Macaques demonstrate theory of mind, understanding what others can and cannot see, and use this knowledge strategically during competition. They're capable of metacognition, thinking about their own thinking, as shown in experiments where they opt out of difficult tests they're uncertain about. Rhesus macaques can learn abstract concepts, categorize objects, and use symbols to represent quantities. Long-tailed macaques in Thailand have developed sophisticated stone tool use for processing shellfish, with different techniques passed down through generations. Macaques show numerical cognition, distinguishing between different amounts and performing simple addition operations. Their facial recognition abilities are exceptional, remembering individual faces for years and responding differently based on past interactions, indicating episodic memory systems. Baboons. Baboons demonstrate that intelligence thrives in open savanna environments as much as in forests, with cognitive abilities shaped by their complex social world. Living in troops of up to 300 individuals, baboons navigate intricate social networks rivaling human village complexity. They recognize individual relationships between other troop members, tracking allies, rivals, and kin connections in what researchers call a social chess game. Baboons exhibit tactical deception, deliberately manipulating others' behavior through false alarm calls or strategic grooming. Their vocal communication includes distinct alarm calls for different predators, and they can recognize individual voices from extended distances. Studies reveal baboons possess rudimentary reading abilities, distinguishing real words from nonsense letter combinations based on orthographic patterns. They demonstrate causal reasoning in foraging decisions and can learn through observation, avoiding foods that made others sick. Baboons show numerical competence, ordering quantities and making decisions based on amount. Their memory for spatial locations is exceptional, remembering hundreds of food sources across vast territories and optimizing travel routes. Research indicates they understand social rules and consequences, adjusting behavior based on dominance relationships and forming strategic alliances that can persist for years, requiring remarkable social memory and planning. Spider monkeys. Spider monkeys possess cognitive abilities finely tuned to their acrobatic lifestyle in the neotropical canopy, demonstrating intelligence through spatial reasoning and social complexity. These primates have the largest brain-to-body ratio of any monkey species, supporting their sophisticated cognitive abilities. Their exceptional spatial memory allows them to remember the locations and ripening times of hundreds of fruit trees across enormous home ranges, planning efficient foraging routes that minimize travel distance. Spider monkeys demonstrate advanced problem-solving in captivity, quickly learning to manipulate complex puzzle boxes and tools. Their fission-fusion social system, where group composition changes throughout the day, requires sophisticated social intelligence to track relationships and recognize individuals after separations. They communicate through varied vocalizations, body language, and even facial expressions, with regional dialects identified across populations. Spider monkeys exhibit selective social learning, preferring to learn from dominant or successful individuals rather than randomly copying others. Their understanding of third-party relationships helps them navigate complex social dynamics and form strategic alliances. Research shows they can make transitive inferences, understanding that if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A must be greater than C. A logical reasoning ability rare in animals. Which primate impressed you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you found these incredible primates as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more wildlife content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.